All right, Jon and Jim with you here on the wrap-up show. Here's the reason why we're late,
It's
and we're
on
talking
John's
about
fault.
free agency. We're talking Padres free agency. Seth Lugo, Pedro Severino signing a minor league deal. I don't know what happened. I got this microphone, right? We're all familiar with it.
It broke.
It doesn't work. So I don't know if it's my computer. I don't know if it's a microphone.
I have an idea. Ready for my idea?
What?
Get a new microphone, or better yet, get a new computer. Remember when you were telling me to get a new computer for like 25 days straight, and I didn't? Your
Dude,
turn,
I don't
buddy.
have $2,000 for a new computer.
Do you think I had $2,000 for a new computer when you told me to get a new computer?
That's a good point. What is this?
No.
I don't know, but now I'm completely flustered because I don't have a microphone. I'm very used to having the microphone.
Hey guys,
But you guys can hear me?
Yes, they can hear you. Sam says get a new computer. Everybody in the chat right now say, John, get a new computer.
Dude, I mean, these things don't grow on trees.
I mean, you might have to get a new computer, bro, or a new microphone. To get a new microphone. Yes, the show's already starting off the fucking rails.
It's completely off the rails. It's completely off the rails.
He is so flustered, everybody.
I'm so
John
flustered.
is so flustered right now.
Because I like having earphones. I like having nice quality microphone. If you're not soft, get a new computer.
Just build yourself a computer.
How? This is great. I think I'll start with the micro. I mean, what's the deal? I'll take Jim's microphone. Did my microphone? How could this thing didn't die? It's the Yeti Blue, dude.
Yeti Blue sucks.
And it might. Maybe I don't know.
Thank you, Sam. Computer fun. And we need a computer fund.
Sam, that's very appreciative.
Thank you.
I think that should be enough for an Apple, right? I think at $1.99, I could probably maybe a low end. Sam, thank you. Seriously, dude.
Man.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Okay, as you make your way in, I'll work on the microphone issues. Hopefully I can get it resolved sooner rather than
Ben has a great idea.
What?
Unplug and replug.
I think I did that. Stand by.
If it works, I swear
the light goes on. The light freaking goes on, dude.
Is it red or what? Is
red.
It always red? Is it always red?
That's the thing, yeah.
Did you go to settings?
Oh, I think I got it.
Oh my God, you're the biggest fucking idiot on the planet. Oh my God.
Can you hear me?
Oh my God, yes.
Oh, this is so much better. I was gonna buy a new computer. Give Sam his $2 back.
Oh, you are such an idiot. What did you do?
I don't think I had it plugged in.
And you say I'm the idiot of the show.
Correct.
You didn't plug in your freaking microphone.
How am I supposed to know you got to plug it in? So it was Wi-Fi or Bluetooth.
What?
I got my tea.
That was great.
By the way, I feel 100% fine. I love this tea. I've been drinking this. I don't even want to tell you what it's called because there'll be a whole another discussion in the chat. But I'm drinking tea. Yeah, my bad, Ben.
Ben, you were right.
By the way, do you want to know a little inside radio, inside baseball? Anyone here tonight? God. This is something that Jim doesn't even know.
What?
I'm gonna blow your mind. Okay.
That you're an idiot?
Well, yeah. I didn't know you have to plug it in.
You have to plug in everything, John. This is not like a Wi-Fi based.
I thought it was Bluetooth. I thought it was Bluetooth.
How many shows have we done? We've done like 400 shows.
I think we plug in
your microphone every single time.
Tea bag. I'm going to put it here.
Exactly. Ben, I remember my first time going live. Exactly. Idiot.
You want to know something, Jim, that you have no idea about?
What?
Guess who was spotting for me during the Holiday Bowl?
I thought you said guess who's spotting. I'm like, what are you talking about? What? Do you have something to tell me, John? Who's spotting? What? You like said it and you paused. You said, guess who's spotting?
Like, well, that's
for the Holiday Bowl.
God. Right. Who's my spotter?
There you go. Who's your spotter? Not who's spotting. Sounds like something like bad happened to like your wife or something. I don't know.
Wait, what is it even? Is it awful if it happens? No.
Probably, right?
I don't think so. I don't think people like die over it, do they?
Who's spotting? That's a term that like.
Okay, do you want to know who my spotter is when I call the Holiday Bowl on all new San Diego Sports 760 on December 28th? Which I have a ton of work to do, by the way, because I don't know nothing right now about North Carolina or Oregon. Truth be told.
Jonathan Rifkin.
No.
Who?
Freaking Ben Fadden Talking Friars.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. He's got a credential. Great. He's going to be we're going to be up at Petco, press box. Ben, have you ever been in the press box?
I'll be back at the studio.
Yeah.
Like twiddling my thumbs by myself in a dark room while you're in freaking the Holiday Bowl.
It's not a dark room. There's like lights.
There's no window.
Right.
That's great. Cool.
Okay. Awesome. First of all, hold on. We've been completely flustered.
Yeah, because you didn't know to plug in your freaking microphone.
I had forgotten one time to plug it in. And no, I'm not drunk. Please subscribe if you're here. Typically, the shows are better than this, or we're typically talking Padres baseball. So please subscribe. We've got year-round content for Padres fans. Smash the like button for us. Follow us on Twitter at Jon Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. If you'd like to support this channel, like my broken microphone or my broken computer, or just support what we do day in and day out, like our buddy Sam, click the $ in the chat box down below. We'll get to all your questions. We'll react to everything. If you want to become a member, click the join button.
What's in that tea, bro?
Down below as well. No, this is just standard.
What's it called? Throat coat.
It's called throat coat. It is. It's called.
Why does that sound so weird?
It sounds very weird.
Hey, you want some throat coat? I'm gonna throat that coat for you.
What is wrong with you, dude?
Coat that throat.
This is funny.
Looking very sus.
All right, here's the deal. Seth Lugo is a Padre, and
strong transition.
He came down to the Padres and the Dodgers. We talked to Dan Zaborski from Fangraphs today. He was somewhat skeptical of Lugo pitching in a starting capacity for a majority of the year. I think he said he could be a spot starter, no pun intended. I can't even do this.
He's spotting. What the fuck? You could have just said, guess who my spotter is, not hey, guess who's spotting? Like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
And then you said Jonathan Rifkin.
I don't know.
We had just clicked on like Ben Fadden's like chat.
Yeah, that throat coat's very sus.
Right. Why does Jim have to be so awkward?
Because if I'm not awkward, then who will be?
By the way, guys, can you hang out with us on the radio over the next couple of weeks? We've got live shows by and large over the next couple of weeks. Like today, we're breaking down Seth Lugo. I think Pedro Severino happened after we were off the air. Not like we were going to go commercial free for the Pedro Severino news, but we did talk a lot of Seth Lugo today. We had Dan Zaborski on. We're talking a lot of Padres over the next couple of weeks, so please join us on the radio throughout the holidays. San Diego Sports 760 from 3 to 6. We're here for Padres fans. Seth Lugo's a Padre. I look at his Nick Martinez of 2023, right? It's like a year later. It's the Nick Martinez move. I think he can help you in a starting capacity. He can help you in your bullpen. He can fill multiple roles. He's coming off a nice year. I don't think it was a perfect year. I think he's coming off a nice year for a good team. With the New York Mets, he's got a great curveball like Pierce Johnson did when he was with the Padres. So I think it's a pretty significant deal, to be honest with you. $7.5 million per year over 2 years. He's got an option after year one. But I credit AJ Preller for finding a way to get this done and beating the Dodgers to the punch, because it came down to the Dodgers and the Padres for Lugo.
Yeah, I think that's a win in itself. You beat the Dodgers again. It's not like you beat out them for Xander Bogaerts or anything, right? But, I mean, I think Seth Lugo's is a solid piece to add to your bullpen and be a potential starter for you in the season. I don't think he's going to make 35 starts for 25 to 30 starts. But he can make 10 to 15, and those starts might be opener type of starts, 3 innings, 4 innings, 5 innings, maybe if he's, rolling. I don't think he's going to be a guy that's going to go deep into games. I think he's going to be a guy that could – exactly. I think he could be a guy that they're probably looking at around 100 innings pitched for you, and that's what they need. Like, they have – 3 legit starters, 2 guys that are workhorses, Another guy who, if he just gets his shit straight in the regular season, give you 150 innings, that'd be perfect for Blake Snell. And then another guy, Nick Martinez, that can give you over 100. And then maybe Seth Lugo is another guy they view as a 100 inning guy.
Yeah, he should be able to pitch 100 innings. He really should.
Yeah, then you just fill in the gaps here and there, and I think you're good to go. Now, do I want more pitching for this team? Absolutely. I would more pitching. You can never have enough pitching. As long as your aces and your top guys stay healthy, like just bring on all the pitching that you possibly can. So this is a really good move, I think, by the Padres. I don't see any negative with it at all. It's a good deal. 2 years, it's pretty much a 1 year deal, $7.5 million.
1 year deal, yeah. You're exactly right.
I mean, I think it's a good deal. Really good deal.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of things on this deal. First of all, pushes the Padres payroll over $240 million, which means credit Peter Seidler. I mean, that's an incredible number with work still to be done because, like you said, he likely has to add a starting pitcher. I don't know if it's a certainty. I think it's a certainty, but you add a starting pitcher, that's $10 to $15 million, presumably. Unless it's via trade, and then maybe it's 5, 6, 7 million added salary, but that gets you to 250, let's say, and you're going to need at least another contributing position player. So throw in another $8 to $12 million. I mean, you're pushing 260, and it could even get higher than that, and it's going to be the highest payroll in franchise history. And the reason it's the highest payroll in franchise history is they have visions of winning World Series. Peter Seidler said it during the Xander Bogaerts press conference that you ruined. AJ Preller talked about winning a World Series during that press conference that you ruined as well. And it's an amazing sum of money. And they're putting themselves in a position where it used to be, they made the big splashes at like the 2015 winter meetings. Or they signed Eric Hosmer and Manny Machado. And you're like, oh, shiny objects, big moments, big pieces, but not rounding out a roster. And now it's like you have the core. And now you're rounding out the roster. Guys like Seth Lugo help do that. Someone like Pedro Severino could be a third catcher. Right, could fill in if you have an injury. Could be a backup catcher.
I will admit I know close to nothing about Severino.
Well, this is your last day then on the wrap-up show. That's really quite an admission.
Is that a problem?
It's quite an admission when you don't know about the
Pedro Severino, the great Pedro Severino.
The 29-year-old from the Dominican who last year had 18 at-bats. But in his career, I will say this, Jim, in his career,
Severino's a good name.
He's played a lot. He played 113 games with that red-hot Orioles team in 2021. So he's a backup catcher. At best, he's a backup catcher. I'm assuming he possesses some defensive skills that they like because offensively he's blah. But you get a veteran
catcher.
They need
more catchers for sure.
Do you like Nola, Campusano, Severino as your trio heading into 2023?
It's okay.
Like we were saying, he had that 80-game suspension last year.
Oh, perfect. So we're just going to load up on all the PED guys and let's freaking go.
Does that mean iOS guy that the suspension is over, though? He did play last year.
No, they're both coming back, Severino and Tatis at one time. What a 1-2 punch that will be.
Shut up. They're both coming back literally the same day in Mexico City?
I don't know.
Is that right, though? He's going to miss time?
No, I'm joking. I think he missed all of his time last year. He missed 80 games in season.
Well, good.
So he's already.
That could have been bad if they didn't have him until April 8th or something.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah, I'm beginning to see this. I read on MLB trade rumors today, and we'll get to these supers. First of all, as you make your way in year-round Padres content, you got to subscribe. If you're here live or on replay, please subscribe. Smash the like button for us. Follow us on Twitter at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. Thank you for the supers. It does support this channel. We really do appreciate it. We'll get to the supers in a moment. I did want to mention real quick, I just saw something of value. I'm seeing Drury's name popping up a lot now. And it sounds like there's a good amount of interest in him as these free agents come off the board. And again, the big names are gone. Nobody's getting the big deals. You talked about it today on the radio. Nobody's getting 100 million anymore, but guys are going to get 30 million. So, Drury has positional flexibility, which is of value to organizations, and hit a little bit in 2022. So I don't know if they're going to be able to afford him, to be honest, because I think there's a market for him. I don't know what that market is, but I think at this point I'd be somewhat surprised if he was back. What about you?
Yeah, I would be too, but he might be back just because Drury didn't get what he wanted on the open market. Maybe people are like, Well, that half year in Cincinnati, that's not really who you are. So good luck on trying to get a 3-year, like $30 million deal or a 3-year 35. Maybe that's who you are.
Right.
Because Josh Bell got picked up right away. So why didn't Brandon Drury?
That's true. That's true. Yeah, you're saying maybe the market for him is less than Bell's market?
Yeah, and then same thing with Profar. I mean, Profar's still out there.
Yeah, it's true. Is he asking for too much?
And Profar has expressed that he wants to return to San Diego. He loves San Diego. Just what's the money situation going to look like for Profar? Is it something that he's okay with? And is he okay with not being an everyday player? I mean, he'd be an everyday player to start the season in left field until Tatis gets back. And then you could probably move. Then it would probably mean, actually, you know what? He would be an everyday player because they would just take Grisham out and put Tatis in center field and have Profar in left, Tatis in center, and then Soto in right. But I don't know what they're. That's first. They'd have to resign Profar, but are they going to give Profar a multi-year deal? Kind of seems like they're on the 1-year deal train right now, right?
Yes, I agree with that. I don't know if they will give Profar multiple years or not. I agree with that. I'm sure he could get multiple years from someone. I don't know what type of team. So those are the things you got to weigh as a player. Where do you want to play? How much is it about getting the guarantee of 3 years as opposed to 2, or 2 years as opposed to 1? Getting that guarantee 20 as opposed to 12. These are factors. Steve, thank you. He's talking about Severino. He says it's the opposite. Bad defense, decent stick. Yeah, I was just reading up on him right now. I think he's got a strong arm. He's thrown out a lot of base stealers in his career, but he's also allowed a lot of pass balls in his career. I think offensively, to your point, Steve, he's had some moments, but his career big league OPS is 677. So nothing to write home about. Maybe the minors, he's hit a little bit better than he has. Let's see. What is his career minors OPS? Does anyone care?
No.
I kind of do.
Actually, I kind of do too. What is it?
Stand by.
Okay.
It better be like, let's see. Steve, it's better be like 800. As you say, he's got a bat. His career minor league OPS is 660. His career major league OPS is 677. I mean, this guy's a journeyman backup catcher.
29 years old, yeah. They must like him defensively, though.
Oh, I don't know. This is a complete flaw. Isn't it a minor league deal? He's got a chance to earn like $1.9 million if he makes the team.
Yeah, they just need a bunch. I mean, they just need more catchers in the system that could be ready if something happens. That's the thing here. It's like Severino's not going to. If Severino makes the opening day roster, something happened.
Right, because I don't think you need to carry 3 catchers. Is that what you're saying? But then there's the whole Campusano discussion. Is he good enough to be just the second, your second catcher where you're going to have to rely on him a lot?
Well, here's the thing with Campusano. At what point is it going to be a situation where they say, let's let this guy go? Because at this point in time, they haven't done that yet. There needs to be that point where either you play him or you get rid of him, because having him in the minors, stay down there, raking like he is not helping him. He needs to either play in the big leagues or they need to move on. That's where they're at in this. That's where they're at in time with Campusano. Enough of this, keeping him down in the minors and learning the catcher position. That's done. Mm-hmm. It's play in the big leagues or you're gone. That's it.
Yeah. And again, you can DH Campusano, but if you only have 2 catchers on your roster, it's hard to
not
DH.
Improving. And I get the catcher position. It's an extremely difficult. It's probably the most difficult position on the diamond. Like,
and clearly, so other than pitching,
I get it. But I think Campusano last year with the work they did with Musgrove was really good. I think today's improved. And if Bob Melvin doesn't like him, well, tough shit. At some point, you're gonna have to play him or you move him.
Yeah. There's not a lot of options. There's really aren't. I mean, unless you use someone like Severino as a backup catcher and you say, you know what, Campusano is making this up. He's so behind. He's so deficient as a game caller that we're just going to, but we like his bat and he's going to DH for us. But is he really going to DH 100 times in the big leagues in 2023 for a team that's World Series caliber? I don't know. Sounds like a stretch to me. Ryan, thank you for the super. Thank you guys for the supers. Click the $sign in the chat box down below if you want to support this channel. We do greatly appreciate it. Jon and Jim with you.
Even his
talking
bat
about
too.
Free agency. What's that?
Like even his bat, if they don't feel that he's ready to be a full-time catcher, but they like his bat, well, guess what? You still need to put him in the big leagues because you're not getting better staying in AAA.
He's already hit AAA pitching.
Yeah.
You know,
he needs to hit big league pitching, and he's not going to get better if he stays down there defensively and offensively. Okay,
yeah, I agree with you.
Look, if they go in this season, it's either Campusano's your number 2, or he's gone. They traded him because there can't be any more, back and forth.
Yeah. Ryan, thank you for the super. He says, would it be out of the question for a Shane Bieber? Let me answer that. Yes. Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, that's such a high-level player. I mean, let me see. He's not a free agent until the end of 2024. So 2 more years. This guy with a 2.88 ERA last year made 31 starts and threw 200 innings. This is elite pitching. So you want elite pitching, you're giving up the farm for something like that. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot to give up. I mean, Luis Campusano, Jackson Merrill, that doesn't make probably a lot of sense. It makes sense maybe from the Padres perspective. I don't think it really makes a lot of sense for Cleveland.
Yeah, why
didn't he win the Cy Young? Yeah, he did 2 years ago. I mean, had a 1.63, and he's just been. Oh, I remember my first time using a computer.
Yeah, you're doing great tonight, John.
One of those nights.
And plus, the catcher position, John. Look, in 5 years, Ethan Salas is going to be the guy.
Oh yeah, clearly come the start of the 2028 season, this is a guy that's going to hit.
Yep.
Yeah, no doubt. They're good.
37 season, he'll be ready to go.
Yeah, just use Severino. Just use someone like Severino for 5 years, and then
just keep the position warm for Salas. He'll be ready.
Salas. Okay, so the big news today against Seth Lugo, and the question is really, is he going to fill a spot in the rotation or not? I think we both think he will at times, and he also probably at times will be in the Padres bullpen. He threw 65 innings last year, hasn't thrown more than 100 innings since 2018, which means he's not throwing 150 innings next year, which means he's not an every fifth-day starter, obviously, for the Padres. Has been on good teams, has had good years, has had sub-3 ERA years, has a nasty curve, has a good hard fastball. So it's an addition. I think Dan Zaborski told us it's like having a really good like number 2 or number 3 in a bullpen, which is pretty good when you have Hader and Suarez. So he's like a number 3 in your bullpen behind Hader and Suarez potentially. Well, then he's a pretty good 7th inning guy. Mm-hmm. And if he needs to make a spot start or needs to make a handful of starts, he's capable of doing that as well. But his career numbers, and again, take this for what it's worth, his career numbers are much better as a reliever, over a run lower in ERA as a reliever than a starter, maybe a 1.5, something like that.
Yeah, and that's what happened with Martinez. He was a starter for the Padres, and they needed him in the bullpen, and you could argue that he's a better reliever than he's a starter. Now, they're going to need him to be a starter next year for them. They paid him to be a starter. But, that's how Seth Lugo, has made his career is out of the bullpen. And I know he has said he's a starter at heart, but, that's great. But there's a reason why you're in the bullpen. And there's a reason why you come out of the bullpen. And maybe they promised Seth Lugo to be a starter here in San Diego. I don't know. If they do make him a starter in San Diego, I would not be shocked if he works his way back to the bullpen. Not because he doesn't perform as a starter, but because of an innings type of thing,
Mm-hmm.
Like to go from, what did he pitch last year? 68 innings, 65. I think it was. 65 innings. He goes from 65 to, there's no 65 to 150.
No, you can't do that.
No.
Nobody would even double, but you can go from 65. You can go 1.5 that number probably, which is 100.
Yeah, so 100 to 110 innings.
10, yeah, he probably. If everything worked out perfectly,
and then once the postseason comes around, then you're out of the bullpen.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure you'll be working out of the bullpen multiple times during the season as well.
Yep.
That's why you need more starters, because you got 2 guys that were out of the bullpen last year. And how are they going to perform when the workload gets upped by a lot?
Mm-hmm.
So
these are good questions. As is this, Juan. I mean, that is literally like a $30 million question. I have no idea. I really have no idea.
Look, he's an X factor.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he's never healthy.
Yep.
And I thought he was out of shape when he was last on the mound. Yeah, I said it.
You love saying that. That's
I
like
do.
your line. That's like Jim's line about
He
True
was,
Pomerantz.
man. Dude
know,
was not.
But that's not a reason why he's missed like 2 years, is it?
Well, when you aren't in shape, you
he had like
kind of get hurt.
Yeah, but that's not if we looked up his injury, I don't know if his level of fitness is the reason he has suffered whatever he has suffered over the last 2 years. Maybe.
Anyway, he's an X factor. If he's healthy, it changes a lot of things in a good way.
Yeah, I mean, again, even if he's healthy, I mean, you know what I'm doing? I'm completely like babying him until like September.
Over
right?
or
and they're
under?
Going to pitch him every fifth day.
Here's a wrap question for tomorrow. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Over or under 35 innings pitched for Pomerantz next year?
I mean, you have to start with under. I think that's a big number. I'd probably
over
if that
under
number is 25.
30.
Yeah, I'd start at 25 because he's not going to start the year with them. They're going to pitch him once every 5 days for the first 2 months.
Right.
So that's going to be like 15 innings.
30 innings. Over under 30 innings.
I think that's probably what you would say for the year. Yeah.
Which is bullshit because they paid him to be a 60-inning guy.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing, too, is like if you can have Pomerantz healthy at the right time, that's why we all thought last year at the postseason, we're like, oh, Pomerantz, and then it's like, nah, guess what? No.
Right. What even happened at the end of the year? Was he shut down? What happened?
He just like, I don't know. He felt something and they got shut down.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. So he's an X factor. If he's healthy, great. But if he's not, then it's like you're not really missing something because he never had it. Like I'm not missing hair in the back of my head because I never had it.
You had to have it at some point.
Yeah, I did.
When you were playing like high school basketball?
Yeah.
Right? When you're starring in college basketball? I forget where'd you play? Did you say Gonzaga?
Duke.
You played at Duke. That's right.
Yeah, Coach K. Love that man.
All right, we're going to get back to the chat in a moment. I do want to make sure to thank our title sponsor here on the wrap-up show. That is Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance. We would not be able to do this show as often as we do without the support of Mark. If you have insurance needs, take it from me. Switch to Mark. I've got my homeowners and my earthquake insurance with Mark Nimitz. Farmers Insurance, he can save you $750 or more on your insurance. Give him a call when you get a renewal. Letter, email, auto, home, renter's life, earthquake insurance. Before you renew, call Mark. He's a San Diegan. He supports this channel. He is a lifelong Padres fan, and he can save you money. And he would love to talk to you about the Padres. He would love to talk to you about the Padres. He would love to help you save money with your insurance. If you ever have a claim, I had one last year. He can literally save you thousands of dollars if you ever have a claim. So again, auto, home, renter's life, earthquake insurance. He's your guy, San Diegan, that supports our channel. Please support a local business. And if you're looking for more information, if you want to get a quote online, you can get everything online. Just click the link down below. But again, Mark Nimitz is the title sponsor of the wrap-up show. He's a huge supporter of this channel. If you support this channel, please support our friend Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance.
Yeah, all his information's above my head. mnimitz at farmersagent.com. When you reach out to Mark, let him know that Jon and Jim from the wrap-up show sent you.
All right, so thank you, Mark. So in terms of what they still have to do, I mean, they need starting pitching, presumably. They need a bat, whether that's DH, first base, left field. And maybe they need to add to this bullpen, but that's depending on where Lugo plays. Is he starting? Is he in the bullpen? But, I mean, we're getting closer to this thing being finished. And the truth is, at some point, like Hot Wheels says here, someone like Jay Groom or AJ Morahan or Reese Kinnear, they're going to get a chance. I don't know if it's a chance to grab the 6th spot, if they use the 6-man rotation, or even a chance to grab that 5th spot in the rotation. But I bet if we could fast forward a year, what's your over-under on combined starts from Weathers, Groom, Morahan, Kinnear? I'll put that at 19.5.
For all three of those guys?
4. Groom, Morahan, Kinnear, Weathers.
Man. Well, here's the thing. Like, signing Seth Lugo makes you a little more comfortable with those guys. Because if you didn't have a Lugo or Martinez, having those guys, that's very scary. So I think 19, that's a big number. I'm going to go.
Is it, though?
I'm going to go under on that one.
Go under.
I'm going to go under.
What do you guys think? 19.5, over, under. Groom, Morahan, Kinnear, Weathers. Because if you got a 6-man rotation, I don't know if they will or not. If you have a 6-man rotation, presumably you're pitching one of those guys.
Yeah. It's a situation where like the first half of the year kind of needs to be a 6-man rotation. Because look how well it worked.
To do it. Yeah, exactly.
Look how well it worked last year. So I think at least for the first half, because you had Gore give you 70 solid innings last year, and if you can get that 70 innings combined from those 4 guys, that's a solid in the first half.
Yep, I agree.
But you would the ideal situation is one of those dudes, takes the bull by the horns and jumps out and becomes that 6th starter or 5th or whatever the case may be.
It's just hard because of the innings these guys even threw last year. I don't know Jake Groom's innings, but you
just can't trust Morehone.
Yeah, Morehone. Well, Morehone's not going to be able to throw a ton of innings off Tommy John.
No. The only guy that I really trust there, honestly, to have maybe some solid outings is Reese Kinnear.
Yeah, I don't know. Like Jeremiah says, way under John, 19 and a half.
I just don't know what I don't know what Jay Groom is at the big league level. Ryan Weathers we saw last year was all fucked up, and Morehone's, like you said, coming off Tommy John. The only guy that's actually
he's the one that's capable of making those 8 starts to begin the year, probably.
Kinnear?
No, I would say Morehone because he's coming off Tommy John, but he'll have innings to make 8-10 starts. Yeah, but then again, if he's good in the I don't know what you do with him then in the second half of the year. Move him to the bullpen.
Yeah,
this is interesting. Richard says if you get 75 starts from the big 3, 30 from Martinez, Lugo, you still need 50. So big 3, I'd say this, and you're right because of health. But let's give him 80, 30, 30, 20. That's right. Musgrove, Darvish, Snell. 30, 30, 20 is 80. You could even push higher than that. Easy. Snell could give you 25 starts easy. So 80-ish. Then let's say 30, you're 110. Yeah, it's a good point. I mean, you're probably looking for, I could sell it on maybe 40 starts from the rest, but that's why they need to sign a starter. So if they go out and sign a starter who can make 25 starts, then you only need another 10 to 20 starts.
And a lot of those, you would think a lot of those will be like openers.
Well, they're not going to have 50 openers.
25?
Maybe, or they're just going to pitch Jay Groom or Adrian Morehome.
Maybe. I think Martinez will make more than.
Right. He could make 20 starts.
20 to 25 starts. So if you put, 30 from Musgrove and Darvish, 25.
Right, that's 85.
And then 20 from Martinez.
That's 105.
15 from Lugo.
That's 120. And then you get another starter, that's 25 more, you're up to 145. You're down to 15 games.
Yeah.
So that's why they need another starter. Richard, I'm glad you posted that because it's true. I mean, that kind of illustrates the fact that, well, how do you do this without another starter?
Right.
I don't know how you even do it.
Yeah, they need, yeah.
So they still need starting pitching. There's no question about it. And listen, I mean, Preller, he's been so active. I mean, with Martinez and with Suarez and with Bogarts and with some of these minor league deals. And today, I mean, he's been super active. What is it, December 19th? I mean, this could be all resolved by January 1st.
Yeah, and there's no way that this is a finished product by any means. And this thing will change.
A ton.
A lot.
A ton. No doubt. Well, maybe not. Maybe this is it. We joked about it. This is the finished roster, and they make no moves. No transactions. Everyone's healthy.
It's over. Done.
End of the year. They win the World Series with these exact players. Pedro Severino walks it off. Game 7.
Dude, never mind.
Say it. You can say it with Pedro Severino.
I will I don't know.
What would you do if Pedro Severino has the walk-off in a Padres World Series clincher?
I'll eat dog shit.
Okay. Fair. That's fair.
I'll eat white dog shit if Pedro Severino hits a walk-off home run.
I don't think you have much to be worried
about. In Game 7 of the World Series.
What if it's game 6?
Any game.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I see what you're saying. There were some people saying maybe today in the text line, like, I forget, like, oh, he's still got work to do. He's still got a lot of work to do. I'm like, well, they were in the NLCS last year, and Dan Szymborski from Fangraphs is like, and yeah, Dan Szymborski was like, this team is as improved as any team in baseball, maybe other than the Phillies, but he kind of put them on the same level as the Phillies. But it's not like this team is being lapped across baseball. They were in the NLCS last year, and they've gotten better.
Here's their offseason: Bogarts, Martinez, Suarez, Lugo, Tatis.
Pretty good.
It's freaking really good.
You do wonder, man. I mean, they know more than we do about Tatis. And of course, Tatis is coming off major surgery. Shoulder surgery is a massive surgery.
Yeah.
But you do wonder, like, are they thinking, not like we're thinking as fans, like, hey, Tatis could be a problem medically for him to get back to where he was in a short period of time. I'm not saying for the next 12 years, but I'm saying, like, when he comes back April 20th and he's off a shoulder and 2 wrists and a PED suspension, hasn't played for 20 months, could that be a problem? And are we counting on him fully?
You fucking better.
I know, but you went out and got Bogarts. I'm not saying because if he's a shortstop, just because you need his bat. Because what if Tatis's bat isn't Tatis's bat?
Well, you better hope so. I mean, there's not really other like options here.
Right. That's true. I mean, he's got, and again, they could trade him. Like, why? You're going to trade him now off 3 surgeries and a PED suspension? Like, huh? And he's owed $300 million, and now's the time to trade him? That doesn't make any sense.
Pedro says that you need to go to the Dominican to interview Tatis one-on-one.
Okay, here's the thing. I was offered this opportunity to do it, and then they said, "Are you bilingual?" And I said, "No." And
did they offer you to be his spotter?
You're such an idiot. I would love to interview Fernando Tatis Jr. if I was given the opportunity, which I've never been given. But it's kind of it's kind of funny to even joke about it. We should be given the opportunity. I mean, I hope at some point. You know what? To be honest with you, Jim, and some of this is on us, and I'm being honest. I mean, we got to go down there. The problem is our show's 3 to 6, and media availability is between 3 and 5 p.m.
That's why we can't go down there all the time.
So that's the problem. So it's hard for us to do it, obviously, in person because we have a show. But when there are rare opportunities to do something like that, then we can do some stuff in person. But I mean, the truth is we are qualified to interview someone like Fernando Tatis Jr. And it's not like just because if we interviewed him, we'd be asking some ridiculous questions. We wouldn't. We'd be asking fair, legitimate questions. Like I think most people that work in our industry.
Why did you lie about the motorcycle?
Yeah, no, I mean, we're not doing that, but I mean, there are some questions I think everyone would like answered. And I do respect what he said the last time he spoke with the media. I didn't think that was easy. Post PED, like put yourself in those shoes. Now he put himself in that spot. He put himself in that really bad spot. But I liked what I heard that one day where he wasn't just reading either, right? Like he legitimately spoke and he did so for a fairly lengthy period of time to a large contingent about his missteps. So, hopefully he has learned.
Yeah, I think that, that dugout, I guess, scrum that he had was real and raw and, wasn't some statement. And it was like, oh shit. Okay. Well, you got work to do, but I'm with you.
Yeah, I'm completely with you. This is how I feel. I went through like this full grieving process during that period of time when he got the suspension. We were so mad. We were angry. But it's like, when he's family, we said that like day one. Like you're mad and you're angry because like you love him at the end of the day. Like he's one of your own at the end of the day. You feel like he's going to be here for a decade plus. You hope he could be a Hall of Famer or have a statue or win a World Series or be a part of a parade for this franchise. So it's hard. It's hard. I mean, the missteps are significant. I'm with Faye. I mean, I've completely moved on with Tatis. I cannot wait to see him. I hope it's a unbelievable, return. I really do. I hope he proves a lot of people wrong. But I recognize that not everyone feels the way that Faye and I probably feel. I think most Padres fans are going to forgive and forget and support, but maybe not everyone.
Yeah, I think most Padres fans are in the mindset of, okay, whatever can help this team win the World Series, let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
And Tatis, if healthy, is a big part of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of time. I mean, okay, we got, a couple hundred people in here right now. I mean, if there's anyone that holds significant resentment towards Tatis, let us know. I mean, in the chat. I mean, if there's anyone here that's with us in the middle of December, you're a Padres fan, it's the offseason, maybe there's some trolls that root for other teams, but it's hard for me to envision that people are not in his corner. Not to say they're not disappointed, but I think at the end of the day, people will be in his corner because they recognize if you're a Padres fan, you need to be in Tatis's corner because he could be the difference between winning and losing next year. He can be the difference between getting to an NLCS or not, or a World Series or not. So yeah, we've gone through all the emotions. I mean, literally every single one with Tatis.
Yep. He was eating liver. Liver is king.
What does that mean?
Never mind.
Is that some show or something?
No.
What is it?
No. Liver King. He got caught using steroids. He lied, but he says that the way to get jacked like him was to eat liver because liver is king, and if you don't eat liver, you're subprimal.
Excuse me?
Exactly.
Is this English?
No.
I don't know what we're talking about. I have literally no clue.
One day I went in the studio and I was like, John, are you devastated that Liver King isn't natty? And he goes, did you, what is that even English?
What is it? If I even care.
Do you even misc, bro?
What?
Exactly.
What show are we talking about?
I don't know.
All right. I want to remind our viewers about Aura. They've got something for you for the holidays, like 30% off your very first order by clicking this Build Your Routine button. Great company. Their co-founder, Will, is a huge Padres fan. He's a San Diegan. They've got offices right here in Liberty Station in San Diego, ORA.organic. 30% off your first order, all plant-based nutritional products. Get healthier in 2023, which is just around the corner, less than 2 weeks away, somehow, some way. What? Plant-based proteins, probiotics. When you wake up, I take one every single day. I probably have now for 7 or 8 months, if not longer than that. At this point, they've got pre-workout supplements. They have omega-3 oils, sleep pills, immunity pills, literally something for everyone. Amazing products that are affordable, especially with 30% off your very first order. Check them out. Support this channel. They support us. Everyone could improve their health in 2023. As simple as that. Everyone should be taking a probiotic. Everyone could use proteins or omega-3 oils or sleep pills or immunity pills. So check them out, ORA.organic, 30% off your first order. Again, ORA.organic or the link down below, and 30% off your first order.
Yeah, you don't have to eat liver to be healthy. You just go to www.aura.organic, build your routine there. You get 30% off your first order. They have everything you need to live a healthy lifestyle. So go there right now. Get it for the holidays. Great present. Great for you for the new year. You will definitely thank us later.
No, it's plant-based.
Yeah, come on.
They typically say no publicity is bad publicity. That would probably be bad if that came out. Yeah. But no, trust us. Plant-based, I'm not kidding. I mean, I don't get tested for steroids, but look at me. I'm not taking them. As in Aura's health.
What?
Yeah.
That's a little bit of shock, John.
That I'm not taking steroids?
Yeah. Like you, so what you're saying is you're all natty.
Mm-hmm. Like the Liver King.
Just say that I'm natty right now.
I'm natty.
Cool.
What?
Nothing.
Okay, what else do we have to do? You know what? I'll give you a little bit of news today, Jim, that you should have put in your updates, I think.
What? Thanks for telling me. Fucking First of all, 5 hours later.
We're going to do a Jon and Jim 12 Days of Christmas Friday on the radio.
Can we do it Thursday too?
Okay. So Jim, or you are Jim. Brent doesn't like that.
Too bad.
Okay. All right. We could do it Thursday too. What was I going to tell you? Oh, here's the little bit of news that you should have had in the update. What? Week 2 of the Major League Baseball season, the Padres are on Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN.
It's the Atlanta Braves.
Yeah, where's that? What do you put in the update?
Put World Cup, Seth Lugo, and Monday Night Football. You got a problem with that?
Kind of.
Cool.
Dare I ask what I was about to ask? But yeah, week 2, is that in Atlanta or San Diego? You don't know? I don't know. I think
probably
it's in Atlanta.
On a baseball field somewhere.
I think it's in Atlanta.
Probably. And nothing's insane. I mean, it's always East Coast times. Bullshit.
Can I throw out this question real quick?
What?
Just put yes or no in the chat.
Jesus.
Or we could do a poll. Was this past weekend the most insane sports weekend or not? NFL, World Cup, college sports, yes or no? Most insane sports weekend ever. Yes or no? We'll wait for them to chime in.
It's a pretty good weekend.
Right. Yes or no? That's why I asked.
Gotta know. Yes.
You pull them all up.
No. Yes.
No.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
We're tied so far.
No. No. Yes. Yes.
Well, they won on their heads. Yes. Yeah. Jose said yes. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Nah.
7-6 to the yes.
Epic.
8-6.
World Cup's in there, so that's a yes. No, you watch. Okay. No.
We spent about 2 hours.
Hell yes. Don't care about soccer, so no.
I said no. And I got kind of ripped on the text line. Jim said yes. And honestly,
because you're like, soccer isn't a sport.
No, that's not what I said. I did not say that. I'm just saying I don't think the cherry on top for me would have been the World Cup final. Like, I recognize it was a great match. I'm just saying I don't know if it made it the most insane weekend ever, but I get it. I guess as far as World Cup finals go, it's pretty epic. Yeah, that was epic too. Okay.
Brent did.
Oh yeah, Brent did. No, I watched it. It was great. It was really good. But does the World Cup alone, does that make it the best weekend ever? What if the Padres won the World Series? That makes it a more insane weekend.
I'm talking about overall sports, John. Jesus.
Yeah, but I mean, it's all relative. It's like, are you a soccer fan? Are you a football fan?
What was more epic? The World Cup and Messi winning his first World Cup, or me crashing the Bogarts presser?
You.
Aw. The 33-point yeah, there's a lot of things that happened this weekend.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Gus also makes a great point.
Why? Because we're not
absolute worst.
Because we're not experts on it. I know. That's fair. Okay, I'm with you, Samantha. I mean, it did make me think on a local level. Like, you see how Messi was received. Now, again, that's for a nation and a sport that's watched literally by billions.
Mm-hmm.
But it can make you, if you take it to the local level, you're like, well, there's never been that kind of celebration here.
Nope.
So we wait.
We continue to wait and do wrap-up shows from our house.
Exactly right. All right. Well, thank you guys for helping to figure out my microphone issue. It wasn't plugged in.
I'm glad we spent 48 minutes on figuring out your microphone.
Yeah, it was very helpful. We'll see what happens here over the next week or two. I mean, do they sign a starter? Nathan Eovaldi, is that a possibility here in the coming days? Jerkson Profar, will he be back? A Brandon Drury? Who are the first? Is there any first baseman, Jim? Will Myers? Who else? Is there anyone?
Eric Hosmer.
Yeah, they're already paying him. Dude,
they need a first baseman.
Can you imagine?
Dude, if talk about emergency wrap-up show. If they signed Eric Hosmer at 2 a.m, I don't care.
I know.
I'm going on. And what
would you say?
I would sit in silence for an hour. Dude. I would just sit here like this. And that would be it.
How about Orioles have received trade interest in Jorge Mateo?
Yeah, I said bring him home, baby.
Bring him home?
Bring him home.
Didn't he hit 600 home runs last year or something?
He was the greatest player ever. He had a 7 WAR.
What?
No, he didn't have that crazy.
But he was good, right?
Yeah. He had like a walk-off walk one day, and I retweeted it.
I remember that. All right, guys. Well, join us tomorrow. Again, we're hanging out the next couple of weeks on Jon and Jim, the all-new San Diego Sports 760. We'll have some wrap-up shows for you as well. Please subscribe. Simple as that. If you're a Padres fan, please subscribe. We have year-round content for you. Smash the like button for us. Follow us on Twitter at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. Thank you for your support with the supers and the memberships. If you want to become a member, you can click join. Again, happy holidays, and thank you to our partners, Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance, Auto Home Renters Life.
Subscribe.
Mark Nimitz. By the way, we are doing sushi on Thursday because you're leaving Friday.
Let me ask you this. Why are you only telling me about these plans with Mark Nimitz on the wrap-up show instead of texting me?
No clue.
And we work together every day. We see each other, and you still don't tell me. The only time you tell me is on the wrap-up show.
I got to find the text. Lunch next week. Yes. Thursday or Friday? 22nd. Let's do it. What time and where? We're doing sushi.
Thursday.
Text
me.
That's what we're doing. I don't have the place yet.
Okay.
No. Did Mateo have a 646 OPS? Oh, we good. We're good. All right. Please support Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance. He can save you money on your insurance. Auto, home, renter's life, earthquake insurance. Take it from us. I've got my insurance through him. Great insurance agent. Before you renew with someone else, switch to Mark Nimitz. He will save you money. And again, 30% off your first order of Ora, ORA.organic, another San Diego-based company. Their co-founder, Will, a huge Padres fan. 30% off your first order, ORA.organic. Baseball's coming. I think we're 55 days out from pitchers and catchers reporting. 55 days.
Let's go.
All right. For Jim, I'm John. We'll see you tomorrow on the radio, 3 p.m.